Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Longhorns will get us started with the opening kickoff. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Give to the single back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Back to the ground with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Here's the return. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Texas Longhorns offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run the counter. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. And the Longhorns trying to cash it in on first and goal. Got his man quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides the back and leaves it. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll leave it with the lone back. Pretty good job of running to get through there to the 32. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10...
There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Looking to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Darrisaw. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll try to tack one more on their score. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. Oh, he's got some space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late, blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. They'll give it to the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Eaton. Fires to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He's loose down the middle. Defense has it. They're on the move. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Texas. The defense takes matters into its own hands. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to start fast. This offense, man, not only have you not put anything together, the defense hasn't either. This game has gotten away from them early. They need to do a better job of protecting their quarterback.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a second down. To the air, it's Eaton. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this.
And the pressure gets to him again, another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the returner will be brought down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Looking to fire. Moves away as he feels pressure. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They try to pop a run on the draw. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Finds a tight end down the gut. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They go right back to him. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. 3rd down play from the gun. Got it in the middle. It's Darrisaw. Touchdown, Texans! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. Quick step and go. Touchdown, Longhorn! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Eaton. Fires to the right. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
When you've already set your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, it's 3rd and short. They're throwing for it. They just can't come up with that one. Setting up a big decision now for the head coach on 4th down.
Hunt is on its way. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Leads it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Here's the handoff. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Hunt is on its way. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They've got the screen set up. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Gamecocks in the hurry up. The DBs will back off a bit. Back to throw, it's Eaton. Looking down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on 1st down. They're working that left side. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this. Turning it on! He now has 63 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Solid pickup for 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
He'll try to pop the draw. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, and we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. They'll put that return to a stop. Three, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The give on the counter. Gets it past the marker. Nice pickup. Ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. The give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Wide receiver comes in motion. Leaves it with the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be a draw. He's going to come up just a bit short. It'll bring up 4th down from the 43. The Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it'll be down right there. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to him on the ground. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Working that left side now. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I'll tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles. And
lost one deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. He'll try it again. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here we go. It's a draw.
I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll go to the ground. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Velasquez. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. On target to the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Temple. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
On the option, he'll toss it. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice 1st down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great 2nd down opportunity.
Rides the back on the option to give. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the left. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams.